there's only one thing remaining from chapter 4, and we will go to chapter 5. The thing which is remaining from chapter 4 is sometimes he will give you the stack gas composition. He will give you the stack gas composition, and he will ask you what was the fuel. Define the fuel. That's, huh?
Yes.
He will not give you the fuel and asking you to get the stack gas. He will give you the stack gas and he will ask you to find the fuel. Let's see how can we find this before we go to chapter 5. We have a combustion reactor in which we have a fuel that we don't know with air, which we know only the composition. Okay, كلهم مول per mole. Okay, I will just not write them, save the time. Dry gas composition 1.5% CO, 6 mole percent CO2, 8.2 mole percent O2, 84.3 mole percent nitrogen, and N. So those are given. The question is determine the fuel, which is NC over NH. Here and I will say that my fuel is NC and NH. Or I can say C, N, H, M. I don't know, but he told me that you have a hydrocarbon. He should tell me that. He is telling me that you have a hydrocarbon fuel in which we use in a combustion reactor, and at the end you get this. Find the fuel, okay, and percent excess air. هذا اللي واضح؟
Yes.
So it is now different than what we are used to. As we said that if a number is given, use it as a base. If no number is given, you have to
Assume a base.
assume a base. But assuming a base is an argument. So you have to be careful where to use this information. You need it in a place that will make your problem easier. If you say that I will put 100 mole air, and then I know in the air already we have excess, it will be complicated. If I say my fuel is 100 mole, again, you may solve it, but again, it is not that easy. If I say that my stack gas is 100 mole, I don't know the water. So what will be the best basis? What will be the best basis?
Dry.
Output. Output.
Which output? طيب هذه ما نعرف.
الباقي من 100%.
نو بس تجمعهم انت هذول مين؟ هذول لما تجمعهم مين؟
نيتروجين
Dry bases.
ما راح استفيد نيتروجين ده حطيته 100 بيعطيني بس الين. So 100 mole dry bases. شباب. You know the percentage of the dry bases?
Yes.
You know the percentage of the dry bases. So put it 100 ووزع ال 100 عليهم. as easy as this. بيطلع عندي هنا كم مجهول؟ ال NC وال NH N air and H2O. How many? 4 unknown. How many balances I can write? I can write 3 atomic balance. شنو؟ C, O, and H. We need one more. Inert. خلاص. 4 ناقص 3 ناقص 1 equals 0. It can be solved. First thing. Start with what? What is the easiest thing? And balance. So here now we have 100 mole dry. So and to balance. Yalla. 0.79 and air
times
equal 84.3. Direct. So we will have N2 as N2. Sorry, N
air.
N air will be 106.71 mole. If I'm not mistaken. 106.71. So this is N air. Finished. Now, what do we have to do?
We calculate
C balance. C balance. Yalla. C balance. And C
equal
equal
0.015
1% يعني 1.5 1.5 1.5 plus 6 that's it يعني يساوي 7.5 H balance
NH
and H equal 2 and H2O. Do we know it?
no
We don't know it, so we leave it. Still باقي عندنا شيء. O balance.
NR
0.21 in there.
0.21.
Multiplied by 2.
Thank you.
Yes.
ما تنسوا أشباب اليوم.
Yes.
ترى again this is the common mistake. So times 2 equal 1.5
plus
plus
2 multiplied by
2 multiplied by
6
6 plus
2
2 multiplied by
8.2
8.2
2
plus 2 لا ما في 2
NH2.
ما في 2 plus N
H2O
H2O.
طيب دكتور في الانتو ليش ما ضربنا 2
ايوه لاني انا سويت هنا مولكيولار بالانس. اضرب هنا 2 واضرب هنا 2 فبالطرفين بتضربهم في 2 يعني لو سويت ان بالانس انت هنا وش بتقول؟ بتقول 2 تايمز 0.79 تايمز ان اير ايكوال 84.3 تايمز 2.
تقدر تسوي سبيشيز مولكيولر؟
تقدر بس انت عاده يعني عبث هذه we don't need it because it is an inert. Okay? So دخلت N2 طلعت N2. It's different than the O2. دخلت O2 وطلعت شنو؟ CO و CO2 و O2 و H2O. You get it as different things. So here N water يطلع 14.92 mole. 14.92 mole. إذا this one will be 29.84. 29.84 mole. So now what will be the fuel? What will be the fuel?
Right balance equal.
What will be the fuel? So you have H
C7.5
and you have H. تقريبا
C8H10
اسم هذا كم يطلع؟
3. No. 3, 4.
30 على 7.5. So NC to NH equal 4 to 1, right? يعني fuel will be CH4. Now, suppose that you have the ratio is 2. Suppose that the ratio is 2. What will be the fuel? If you get the ratio not 4, you get it as 2. What will be the fuel? C2? Maybe C2H4, maybe C3H6, maybe a combination. So the only ratio that will make you sure about the fuel is this one. If you get any other ratio, you cannot decide. You need extra information. You need more information. If I tell you that you have 2 carbon for each hydrogen, you may say, yes, I have C2H4. Another one will say, no, it's C3H6. So, you cannot decide without any extra information if you have other ratio than 4. Now the other question is, determine the excess air. How can I determine the excess air? I have an air, right?
Yes.
What is an air? This is an air. This is what? This is the amount of air that I introduce to the system. He is asking me calculate the excess air. How can I calculate the excess air? I have the actual, so I have to calculate the theoretical amount. What is the theoretical amount that I need? What is the theoretical amount that I need? How can I calculate the theoretical amount of air that I need? It is the air containing the oxygen for what? Complete conversion of what? Of the fuel, right? So I have to come and burn all the carbon and all the hydrogen. So I have C plus O2 يعطيني CO2, and I have H plus O2 will give me H2O. So هنا 2 هنا مظبوط؟ مظبوط شباب؟
Yes.
مظبوط ولا لا؟ طيب now from this equation 1 mole needs 1 mole. How many mole I have? How many mole oxygen I need for this reaction?
15. 15.
How come?
7.5.
1 mole C needs 1 mole O2. So I have 7.5 mole C will need 7.5
Auto.
mole O2. So this is the amount of oxygen needed for the first one. For the second one, 2 mole H needs half mole O2. How many hydrogen I have? 29.84 mole hydrogen need X mole O2. كم X تطلع؟
7 point.
لا عشان فيها كسور، فيها كسور شوية. هل عندك كالكوليتر؟ كم؟ 7.46 mole O2. إذن O2 theoretical will equal 14.96 mole, right? This is O theoretical. This is O theoretical.
دكتور الاتش ليش ما خليناها موليكيول H2؟
كيف؟
الاتش في الرياكشن الثاني ليش ما كانت موليكيول H2 بدل 2؟
لأن أنا دخلتها اتش ان اتش. أنا في افتراضا الفيول حقي فرضته شنو؟ ان سي وان اتش. أنا ما عندي لا اتش ولا عندي اتش 2 ولا عندي اتش 3 ولا عندي اتش 4. عندي 4 ذرات هيدروجين. عندي ذرتين هيدروجين. 29 ذرة هيدروجين. سو أنا من هنا طلع عندي NH، وأنا NH 29 مول هيدروجينايد أتومايد. زين؟ فهنا الآن this is the amount of oxygen theoretical. وهنا عندي what? Air. Either I convert this to air, I convert this to oxygen in order to compare. If I want to compare this, I will say O2 filled will equal 106.71 multiplied by 0.21. This is oxygen fed يطلع عندي 22.4 22.4 mole. إذا percent excess will equal 22.4 minus 14.96 divided by what? 14.96 يطلع الجواب 49.6.8%. See? Very nice, very easy, straightforward. But you have to know where to start. So here I have to assume that I have 100 mole of dry static gas, because I know the percentage of that thing. Any question شباب؟ تم بحمد.
خلصت التلفون.
خلص شابتر.
والله
خير.
شهر واحد انا راح.
أخيرا خلص.
ينفع نعيد دكتور؟
كيف؟
ينفع نعيد؟
عادي عادي ما عندي مشكلة. أمسية واحدة. أمسية واحدة أعيدها. بدكم النادي إذا بغيتوها خبروا النادي. Any question شباب؟ Any question؟ في يوم 3 ديسمبر الساعة 9:22 تم بحمد.